Hi peeps, it's the Magical Hag, welcome. This is an overview or a look at my past life readings. I offer past life readings on my website and through my other social medias, so follow me, they're all linked down below. My past life readings are one of my favourite readings to do. I find them very, very interesting. They cover one past life, and in this video I will show you the oracle decks that are here, and then I'll give you kind of an overview or go through what cards represent what and so on and so forth. I always introduce my 3 reading crystals, which are right here, when I do any kind of recorded reading for my clients. They just always like to be introduced, so I will let them say hi to you. It's how I roll, it's my thing. So I've got my amethyst and I've got my clear quartz right here. And then I've got my little black tourmaline. They're always on my reading table. They open me up to spirit. They help me connect psychically better. They help me be more intuitive. They help any messages come through from spirit if any want to. And then the little black tourmaline's the little bodyguard. Just keeps the area nice and shielded, nice and protected. So let's get on to past life. It's why you clicked on the video. So for my past life readings, I use 2 oracle decks, which is the wisdom of the oracle, which is this deck right here. Very, very pretty. I'll just give you a couple look at some of the cards. So I use the wisdom of the oracle, and then I also use the vintage wisdom oracle, which, yeah, sanctuary, sorry, we've got one listening. I've always solely only used these 2 decks for past life readings, just because when I got them and I started offering past lives, these I connected with, they responded really well. They give brilliant readings for me personally. You might have completely other different decks. You might not have a past life deck. You might just use a tarot deck, or however, you know, you do your readings. But these are the 2 decks that I've dedicated to past life readings. I only use that. I'm a big believer in kind of working only with certain decks for certain things. So it's the Wisdom Oracle and the Wisdom Oracle. Both of them are lovely oracle decks to work with for any type of readings. That's just how I do it. So normally with my past life readings, they're normally about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. It really depends on what energy the client has and what I'm picking up on. Some of them can be, you know, 30 minutes, some of them can be 40 minutes. It just kind of goes on from there. It's a 15 card spread. Now this is just one of my past life readings. I do have a couple of others, but this is kind of like my favorite and the one I use the most often. I do also do couple past life readings, but they are much larger than this. Basically, if I do a couple past life, you have to kind of contact me and ask for it through, you know, email, my website or Instagram. And it's normally double the cards just because I'm looking at you and your partner at the time. But yeah, let's get started. So I always start my readings top left and bottom right. You get a full picture of the entire spread as well, just for like your own amusement, just so that you can see. I actually do think that the cards, when you look at them, do look rather pretty. The angle of this video is a bit out, so again I do apologize. It's kind of the table, I've not got the massive space, and yeah, I might have to pick up a few cards. So I always start top left and bottom right. And the first few cards that we have here are just going to look at who was you male, was you female, what kind of energies I'm starting to pick up, or possibly if you try it yourself, what kind of energies you're starting to pick up around here. So sometimes the imagery will speak to me. A lot of the times the way I see my past life readings or explain it is it starts to become almost like a film, is how I describe it in my head. I start seeing lifestyles, kind of what you look like, imagery of you, and then it starts developing and kind of like expanding out the more I go through the readings. So here we have Was you male, female? Here we have, was you married? Did you have children? Was you happy in the past life? You know, certain past lives that you might have struggled, but you might have been happy. Other past lives, you might have been rich, but you hated it. I'm a big believer in reincarnation and obviously regression. And sometimes we have more than one. This is just focusing on one past life reading. So it's a bit more in depth than just one of your many, many lives. I've had about 8. So we've got to, you know, how you lived. Was you an honourable person? Again, you know, you might have been a criminal. You might have done this. By our standards, you might have done something that nowadays we're not really bothered about. But in the times that you lived, you got stigmatised for it. So it's, was you an honourable person? What type of problems, challenges did you deal with, which is always an interesting one. Was your health good during this lifetime? How did you pass on? Now this question query can be another really interesting one, how you died, because a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, sometimes how you die can really manifest in ways in how you live your life now. I've had clients come back to me with the way that they died and say, oh my gosh, that explains a few things. Someone was strangled in a past life. Trigger warning, you know, I hope this doesn't upset you, but they were strangled and then they've always suffered with their throat in another lifetime, this lifetime, and they don't like wearing scarves, and it can bring things to light. You know, sometimes subconsciously we carry things, and just someone pointing something else can be a eureka moment. So yeah, how you passed on. Was you famous? Was my health good? Did you have a soulmate? Was always an interesting one when we start going further in. Did you have a soulmate, or any members of your family or close friends, someone that you've been reincarnated in the past with? Do you need to learn anything from this lifetime? A lot of the times, again, it could be the reason that you're listening or hearing about this lifetime is there's a lesson in that. There's something that you keep repeating that you need to be aware of or pay attention, so that you can work through that issue and hopefully have a better and healthier lifetime, this life cycle. And then we've got, will you reincarnate after this present lifetime, and the lesson. So yeah, that's kind of just a basic look through of kind of the queries, the questions that I go through, I ask. If it's a love past life, like I said, normally with love past life readings, you get 16 cards for each person. So it's a 32 card reading. So that's huge. My normal past life readings are £35 and can be booked online through all my social medias, which again, you can find below. But with the love past life readings, it tends to be, I have to break it down and I'll look at yours and theirs, and then I ask kind of, what past life is it? You in the past life, them in the past life, higher reason for coming together in this lifetime, how they felt about you, how you felt about them, how did you first connect or meet, your occupation, his occupation, how the relationship progressed, how you died, how he died, and any lessons. Again, past lives tend to be about lessons. A lot of people who've had past life readings have either come to me because they found it extremely interesting. They might be doing past life work, they might be looking into karma issues, and they just want an idea of maybe if they're carrying any karma with them. Like I said in the beginning, it is one of my favorite readings to do. It's kind of the one that flows a lot and can be very, very intense. So they do come with warnings that you may find that you have a lot of interesting dreams afterwards, because it's unlocked something that you wasn't aware that you carried. It could be that you start dreaming about your lifetime yourself and you start learning more and more. It can really help you maybe issues, why you're still living in certain cycles as well. But on the other hand, some people just have it as a bit of fun. They really wanted to try it and they wanted to see. So there is, you know, that too. It can either be a really intense, serious reading, or it can be something that you have for fun and that you enjoy. And most people do enjoy getting them. It gives them something to really work on and listen to, and it's another reason why I like to record videos on my readings, because you can go through it, you can listen, and then you can re-listen and really absorb and learn from it as well. So yeah, my love readings, my love past life readings tend to be for birthdays or anniversaries, or if someone wants a wedding present with a difference, or you know, around Valentine's Day. But my general past life readings is like this, and I do like the deck that I've been working with. I did a old past that I'm waffling on now, so you know, feel free to go. But do make sure you subscribe. I am gonna make sure I post more videos. I'll probably post some about my other readings that I do, and then I'll also probably post some about my spell working as well. And my light's just gone out, I need to charge that, so that's a sign I should shut up. But yeah, I really do like these cards. I've been working with them for over 5 years. There's another past life reading video that I did 5 years ago for YouTube, so I thought it's probably about time I update that a little bit. But yeah, thank you for watching. Many blessings. Merry meet, merry part. Blessed be, and bye guys.